Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to do a very quick comparison between this 1996 Dodge Viper GTS and this 2003 Corvette Z06. But first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to Harrison Imports for giving me some time with both of the cars, and let's get right into it. So first off, notice that the hoods both open up in the same cool slash funny manner. Over here with the Z06, we have a naturally aspirated 5.7 liter V8. It goes through a 6-speed manual. It's good for 405 horsepower and then 400 pound-feet of torque. Can kind of see that whole setup. And then quickly running over to the Viper, we have a naturally aspirated 8-liter V10, which is pretty crazy, and that one's good for 415 horsepower and then 488 pound-feet of torque, so it's got way more torque than the Corvette, and you can see the engine is quite a bit bigger. And then notice that since the Viper is so much longer, you kind of have like a front mid-engine situation, whereas with the Corvette, somewhat similar, but the Viper, it seems like the engine's just a little bit farther back because the hood is just so much longer. And then notice the Viper has aged a little bit better because you have regular headlights, whereas the Corvette has the pop-up headlights, so that's definitely interesting. And we're actually going to close this door right here so you guys can see into the Viper first and foremost. So you've got these interesting door handles right here, and then here's kind of like a quick look at the interior there with the Viper, and then also the seats as well. Something's crazy with the Viper is the pedals are so close together, and in terms of interior space, it feels like a Mazda Miata pretty much. Like there's a huge difference with interior space. And then there's a quick look at the shifter and everything with the Viper with that manual transmission. And yeah, there's that part with the Viper, and there's the back end. Here's the back end of the Z06, and then also notice you've got the 4 exhaust tips here on the Z06, whereas on the Viper we just have the 2 out of the back. And coming over to the Corvette, notice that the interior is pretty much the same quality-wise in terms of materials and everything, but notice that with the pedals, they're spaced out a lot more, so you know you can actually wear real shoes with this. And then notice you've got the, again, 6-speed manual transmission. Again, kind of like an older layout. Again, both these cars are pretty old at this point. And then one thing that's also pretty different is 295mm tires on the back end of the Corvette, whereas the Viper has 335mm tires. So the tires are significantly wider on the Viper with the rear, but I mean, it makes sense. It has so much more torque, and yeah, just pretty crazy. But yeah, there's a quick look at the Viper, and then also a quick look at the Z06 with everything opened up. If you guys want my full comparison, again, that is going to be on the main channel where I go to these cars back to back and compare literally everything on them. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, I recommend subscribing. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to Harrison Imports for giving me some time with both of the cars. Check out their inventory in the link below. I'll see all of you guys in that next video.